Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcoming you all to the Cricket Happening show once again. This on a Sunday, the 11th of February, 2024. Well, first let us congratulate Australia, as Australia have been crowned the new Under 19 World Cup champions 2024. So, as you remember, the Indian senior team, the match it was the finals of the 2023 World Cup. It was the senior team facing against each other, and it was a real heartbreak for India when India lost the World Cup in the finals to Australia, and Australia were crowned champions. So Australia on a definite role here, and they are showing there's some burgeoning talent coming in from Australia, and all these players will slowly probably transition into the Big Bash League, getting into the domestic tourneys of Australia, and then finally they would reach the main team, like how we have seen Mitchell Marsh and Josh Hazelwood graduate towards that big level in Australia. And now we all know what is the value of those two cricketers. So similarly, definitely. So Australia on a definite roll now. They have started the new year with the real bang by winning the 2024 Under 19 World Cup. Really shows the emerging Australian talent in international cricket. And as far as India is concerned, well, it was that was a definite. The seniors was definitely heartbreak. But as far as the youngsters were concerned, yes, that is also something that India will be thinking about. Australia have to be commended for what they did, because they put up the highest ever total in an under 19 World Cup final by putting on 253 for 7 on the board. And the Australia under 19, if you look at the victory there, the Australia, I have to say, it was a comprehensive victory over India by 79 runs. So congratulations to Australia on being crowned the new under 19 World Cup champions 2024. Australia under 19, if you look at that card there, Harry Dixon at the top of the order, making 42 of 56, 3 fours and 1 6. Sam Constas was dismissed pretty cheaply for not. Then Hugh Welburn played a good hand with 48 of 66, 5 boundaries. Harjar Singh got his first 50 in this under 19 World Cup, 55, 64, 3 fours, 3 sixes. Ryan Hicks contributed 20 of 25, 2 boundaries. And Oliver Peake played a wonderful hand as he really showed his batting wares with an unbeaten 46 towards the end, as he really catapulted to 46 of 43, 2 fours and 1 6. And if you look at the card, 253 for 7 happens to be the highest score by a team in an under 19 World Cup final. And finally, it proved to be a great winning effort for Australia. Look at the bowling there. Limbani has been doing a great job in this under 19 World Cup, but definitely he did a wonderful. He on an individual level definitely did their wonderful job. If you look at his bowling analysis, 10 overs, no maiden, 38 runs and 3 wickets. Naman Tiwari, it was a good pitch to bat on, according to me. The ball was nicely coming onto the bat. Naman Tiwari, 9 overs, 2 for 63, proved a bit costly today. Soumi Pandey, 1 for 41. Mushir Khan, 1 for 46. Murugan Abhishek was very economical, 10 overs, none for 37. And 2 overs for 17, Pranshu Maulya. As far as Australia are concerned, this is their 4th under 19 World Cup title. Looking at the India under 19, as to how they fared, I have to say some rash strokes were played by India. Also, I have to say a bit about the Aussie fielding as well. Well, the bowling was absolutely top-notch from the Aussies. Let's have a look at the Aussie bowling card here. Callum Bidler, who has really made a name for himself in this under 19 World Cup for Australia. 10 overs, 2 maidens, 35 runs and 2 wickets for him. Charlie Anderson, 1 for 42 of his 9. Straker the other day got I mean Tom Schrager the other day put up the his career best analysis and also the best ever analysis, breaking the record of Kagiso Rabada against Pakistan here today. Was 7.5 overs, one made and one for 32. Mark Beardman was the man of the match, as he was not only economical, he was also amongst the wickets with his spinning deliveries. And 7 overs, 2 made, 3 for 15. And Raf McMillan, 10 overs, 3 for 43. 174 all out. Looking at that batting card does not make much happy reading. Adarsh Singh was keeping the fight going with 47 of 77, 4 fours, 1 6. Mushir Khan making 20. Darshan Kulkarni was a early goner for just 3 runs. Uday Saharan, the captain, could not do much. He was gone for 8. Sachin Das made only 9. Prince Shumalia 9. Aravali Anish, duck. Murugan Abhishek kept the fight going, took it to the rival camp, but could not sustain it. 42, he was gone. Raman Tiwari may give. So nothing really to talk about. That I have to say, congratulations to Australia. They did a wonderful job. They deserve to win for the way they actually put up, as I said, they first put up a very good show with the bat, great batsmanship there. And as I said, it's the highest ever total by a team in an under-19 World Cup final. So that says it all. And it was every reason for them to be absolutely delighted as their captain lifted the under-19 World Cup. Really, it's going to be a lot of celebration for Australia. It was a senior team celebration. Now it's a junior team celebration. And well done, Australia. India, commiserations to India. Well, again, I mean, it's all over now, and India has to wait for their. They already have 5 titles in their bag. They have to still wait, and definitely today, Australia definitely proved the much superior team than India. Okay, so now let's get out of here and talk about international cricket. Talking about international cricket, we had the second T20 from between Australia and West Indies at the Adelaide Oval today. And it was all about Glenn Maxwell. What a knock from Glenn Maxwell. He smashed 120 unbeaten runs of just 55 deliveries, just showing that the class that he showed in the slamming the fastest ever century in World Cups when it was in ODIs, obviously, but in T20s now. He scored a record equaling 5th ton, and the record is held by none other than the Indian captain Rohit Sharma, who has 5 tons. So now Glenn Maxwell and Rohit Sharma hold a joint T20 record of the most tons in T20 cricket. 120 by Glenn Maxwell of 55 deliveries, which included 12 fours and 8 sixes. He spared no bowler. If you look at that bowling card of the West Indians, Akil Hussain, 3 overs, none for 32. Jason Holder, 4 overs, 2 for 42. Alzai Joseph went for 4 overs for 31 with 1 wicket. Andre Russell was smashed beyond recognition, 4 overs, none for 59. Romario Shepherd travelled for 148 runs of his 4 with 1 wicket. And Roman Powell, solitary over, cost him 18 runs. Australia making 241 for 4. Now again, as I said, this was a real Australia day today, because Australia also scored their highest ever T20 total on home soil in Australia when they made 241 for 4, thanks to that spanking knock from Glenn Maxwell. As far as Australia, David Warner was out for 22, was absolutely miffed. Probably thought that this was a perfect batting track. Yes, it was a perfect batting track. It was a nice track to get a lot of runs. Probably David Warner missed out, and he was absolutely miffed when he was dismissed. Caught Rutherford bowled Shepherd for 22 of 19, 3 fours, 1 6. Inglis could make only 4 runs. Mitchell Marsh made a very hard hit, 29 of 12 with 3 fours and 2 sixes. But Glenn Maxwell was the toast of Australia. I mean, one of the strokes that stood out was a switch hit 6 of the bowling. I think it was the spinner Akil Hussain who sent them soaring over the pickets. Marcus Stoinis made 16. Tim David chimed in with an unbeaten 31 of 14, 2 fours, 2 sixes. And as I said, Glenn Maxwell's strokes were absolutely breathtaking. and 241 for 4. West Indies, as you know, they are a powerhouse and they play till the last breath, as you all know, and we all know that they have powerful players who can really whack the ball a long way. And especially considering this particular wicket, it was nice to bat on. As I said, it was full of runs, and we had a real feather bed of a track in the center. And West Indies, if you look at the West Indies card, it was their captain Roman Powell who pummeled 63 of 36 with 9 fours and 4 sixes. Johnson Charles made a quick fire 24 of 11, 1 4 and 3 sixes. Brandon King left early for 5, but that man Hazelwood, he's someone you can't get through. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 31. And Jason Bandoff disappeared for 55 runs of his 4 overs. He was smashed, time and again by the West Indian batsmen, especially. It was Johnson Charles Blade that was doing the damage along with Nicholas Pooran. Spencer Johnson, 4 overs, 2 for 39. He took some vital wickets. Marcus Stoinis is 3 for 36, and Adam Zampa 1 for 39. If you look at the West Indies card there, they went down swinging, but definitely, it was. As you know, with West Indies, you can't take chances. They definitely showed something, but again, it was too less of a resistance, one could call. So I hope the captain was out for a duck, so that was not good news for them. Shutfane Rutherford was a victim of Johnson for not. Andre Russell smashed 37 of 16. He did not wear a helmet, and he kept on smashing. 37 of 16, 4 fours, 2 sixes for him. Jason Holder, like the other match, was still there in the end, but as I said, the task was really beyond West Indies, with Jason Holder contributing an unbeaten 28 of 16, 3 fours and 1 6. Game over. 207 for 9 was the final tally for the West Indians. And, this is Australia winning the second T20 by 34 runs. So Australia have come with a real plan, and they are showing they really mean T20 cricket. They have an eye on the T20 World Cup, I reckon. And they have been really playing real T20 cricket. West Indies, who have been on a roll as far as T20 cricket is concerned, and they are the hosts of the T20 World Cup, have to do much more. But yes, the wickets will be pretty different, because in West Indies it's a slower wickets. Australian wickets are must pacey, bouncy, ball nicely comes onto the bat. So it's going to be a different scenario altogether. So we can't be we need to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges, and not apples to oranges. So that's precisely the scenario when it comes to the World Cup. So, but definitely there is some oomph in this Australian T20 lineup, and we are looking forward to it. T20 World Cup, no doubt about it. And what a win! I mean, this is almost like West Indies have lost the T20 series with only one to come on Tuesday. Now, the next thing that I'm going to take you, the match is already over. We are talking about the one-day international, the second ODI at Palakele. The other day, we saw how Afghanistan chased a high total. And today, again, Sri Lanka put up a mighty score on the board of 308 for 6, which was driven by a special knock from Charit Asalanka, who had an unbeaten 97 of 74, which included 9 fours and 2 sixes. And Kushal Mendis, definitely the Sri Lankans were in a spot of bother at one point of time when 2 wickets were down for 36 with their openers back in the hut. With Patham Nissanka, the sole double centurion in ODI Sri Lankan ODI history, was dismissed for 18 by Azmatullah Omarzai of 17 with 3 boundaries. Avishka Fernandez was out for 5, but a workman-like effort from Kushal Mendis and Sadira Samaravikrama really repaired the damage, and they worked their way towards 139, which was 103 runs partnership, with Kushal Mendis' contribution being 61 of 65, 6 fours and 1 6, and Sadira Samaravikrama making 52 of 61, 3 boundaries. But Janet Lianage made a handsome contribution of 50 of 48, two fours and two sixes, and 308 for six. Was a daunting target for Afghanistan, but again, the pitch was a the pitch was an absolute beauty, and runs were there for runs were there to be had for sure. Looking at the bowling analysis, Fazali Faruqi, 10 overs, one made and one for 55. Azmutul Omarzai was the person in the wickets column, 3 for 56 for him. Mohammad Nabi showing all his experience. The other day, it was with the bat. Today, he did it with the ball, showing his experience with his office. 10 overs, no made and none for 38. Gulbuddin Naib traveled for 48 runs of his 5 overs with no wicket to show besides his name. Noor Ahmed, 8 overs, 1 for 54, was costly. Qais Ahmed also was hit to the tune of 55 runs with 7 overs, with only 1 wicket in his wicket column. As far as Afghanistan were concerned, they were chasing 309 runs for victory, and probably after looking at the way that they batted the other day, one was probably looking out for Afghanistan to fire on all cylinders. But yes, it was a good track to bat on, but I thought Afghanistan missed upon this. I mean, they could not repeat the same effort, and they were bowled out for 153, barring Ibrahim Zadran, who made 54 of 76 with 6 boundaries, and Rahmat Shah making 63 of 69, 7 fours. There was nothing to really talk about, because the other players, all the other batsmen, could only be called a phone number, with no one reaching double digits. Gurbaz was out for 8, Asmatullah Shahidi 9, Asmatullah Omarzai 3, Nabi 1, Ikram Al Khalil, Aikid 4, now Gulbuddin Naib died. So definitely it was nothing to really talk about for Afghanistan. And looking at the Sri Lankan bowling analysis here, Dilshan Madhushanka, 7 overs, 1 minute, 2 for 28. 6 overs, 1 for 37 for Pramod Madhushan. Asita Fernando coming in place of the injured Dushmanta Chamira. 6 overs, 2 for 23. Mahesh Tikshana, 6 overs, 25. Janet Lianage, 2 overs for 13. Hasaranga picked up 6.5, 4 wickets for 27 of his 6.5 overs. So definitely there is a lot of so Afghanistan have already lost the ODI series against Sri Lanka, because this was the second ODI. It is a 3-match series, I reckon, and that was the end of it. So having said this, that brings an end to this cricket show of mine today on Cricket Happenings. So you all liked my cricket broadcast, with more to come next weekend, where I'll be talking about cricket once again. And always, as I always tell you, you can visit my cricket Twitter page, where I'm a bit active. You can also go into my cricket on Facebook, and also my cricket website, www.cricket-taters.com. Well, dear fans and subscribers, an absolute pleasure, and I'm leaving you by once again congratulating Australia for being crowned the new World Under-19 World Cup champions. And I'm sure the party in Benani in South Africa for the Aussies is going to go all through the night. So till such time, I see you folks. It's your host Ram signing off. Thank you.